Yahweh! Welcome to Hitting the Brakes, episode 5, Invitation to the Dunce.
My neck is too warm.
Hey, respect your neck, buddy.
I would never.
That's a good call. Your neck has done nothing but disrespect everyone around it, so why should you respect your neck?
Well, I shouldn't have got those, FU tattoos on my upper traps.
Well, your neck made you get them.
It controls everything I do. It might be an alien.
It might be. It gave you torticollis and it was like, you better get some FU tattoos on your neck or I'm not letting go. And you were like, okay.
Oh, my neck. I'm a slave to my neck.
That was just a joke for all the healthcare professionals out there who know what torticollis is. Sometimes you got to cut those muscles in babies. Ugh.
Do they cut them off?
Sometimes. In babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sternocleidomastoid.
Yeah, exactly. Or the SCM for you idiots out there.
Oh, the ones that hurty on your neck for all you real dumb idiots.
Exactly. The ones that hurty on the front, you know? When you when you go and you make your neck pop and you just see those two big figures in the front. Those are your SCMs.
Well, the thing about the SEM is that it side bends to the opposite side, but it rotates to the same side. Right?
What kind of nonsense is that? Just make it side bend and rotate to the same side. How could it do that? Just kidding. It's all about, it's a lever and it's like there's physics in there. So if it pulls here, it'll tilt it this way. But if it pulls, it'll rotate it the other way. So
we're talking about fulcrums.
That's right. Yeah, we're talking about... I tried to think of one more thing. Yeah. I tried to think of one body thing, and I was like, that's as much as I know. I can't. Yeah. I've been a professional for too long. I've forgotten all the information I need to know. So,
body things. Who needs to know?
Who needs to know body things? I'm Shakaroni Obama.
I was wondering if you were going to remember your own name.
Shakaroni Obama is my new name, and I love it.
Put the macaroni in the crust.
Shaq, listen, I know you're listening to the show. Put the macaroni in the crust next time. I get what you guys were doing by calling it Shakaroni. It's like pepperoni, except it's more like macaroni than it is pepperoni. It doesn't work the way you think it does. It's a little confusing.
Yeah, and it's not a special if it's just extra pepperoni and extra cheese.
Yeah, but
that's been done.
But it's to the edge. It's right to the edge. It's the worst kind of pizza in that there's no crust on it. How are you supposed to hold the pizza if there's no crust? Hey, I'm talking like an Italian here. Talking like Shaq. I got my hands up.
And especially with that butter dip.
I ate so much Papa John's for lunch today and for supper last night. It was great. Yeah. Papa, I love you. Wherever you are, Papa, can you hear me? I love your pizza.
I prefer to think of it as Papa Shack nowadays.
That's fair, yeah. Yeah, I like to think of it as Shaka John's. And
Shaka John.
Shaka John. I spit everywhere when I did that. What a disgusting pig I am. Oh my God.
He's in a phone booth now, too. He's not at home.
No, I live in a phone booth now. I've been evicted from my house, and I'm on the McDonald's next door's Wi-Fi, so I can record this.
Yeah, you're a victim of your house.
Yeah, I'm a victim, period. Have been my whole life. Thanks for noticing.
Do you think they make, what do you call those, mattresses for toll booths?
Yeah, they're called, doggy beds. Yeah. And they fit perfectly in the bottom. Do you think a white male could ever be considered a victim? Is that a thing we could ever do?
Of a house?
From Haiti. A white male from Haiti. Could they be a victim?
Of?
I don't know, identity theft or something like that.
Prejudice?
I got a friend who was afraid that he got his identity stolen because he got so drunk he passed out in the middle of the street and someone stole his wallet and all of his information. And he had sensitive information in his pockets when he went out drinking. So then when he woke
passwords?
up, tax information, and then he woke up and that was gone. And he was like, well, guess my life is over. Guess I'm getting a bunch of new credit cards.
You're not going to get not totaled just because you have a couple of T4s and all your personal information on you.
Yeah, exactly. What are you not going to get hammered if you're carrying your SIN card? If you've got your SIN card pinned to your chest? Great idea.
You know Haiti doesn't give SIN cards anymore?
No, that's true. Yeah, they give Haiti cards. It stands for something, but I can't remember what the acronym is.
I think it's We Haiti You.
That's what it says on the card. Yeah, real contentious relationship the government of Haiti has with the people of Haiti. Just ask Wyclef Jean. He stole a bunch of money from Haiti. He's a cool guy.
And you can also ask me, Jonathan Toilet, to ask Wyclef Jean to do something about it.
Or me, Shakaroni Obama. Maybe we'll solve the crime of who murdered Haiti's president. We won't.
You already said your name.
You already said your name too.
I did not. That was first time.
Oh, I'm sorry. You are Jonathan Toilet, the two-toilet kid.
Thank you.
Hey, Cowgirl Summer's over. Now we're back in God's country.
Yeah, I can't believe we're back with God. It feels good.
I can't believe I was a race car driver doing 25 and then, whoa, I crashed into a mall.
Okay, so this is my big beefy for today.
Yeah, whip out your big beefy. Let's see it.
For some idiotic reason, Pureflix wanted me to skip the intro of this television program.
What do you mean it wanted you to? You got an email?
It put up a button that said skip intro.
Hey, it looks like somebody got an update on their web player. Good on you, Pureflix.
But you can go frick yourself.
They didn't? Or what did you say? They did or they didn't? I was talking.
They did update it.
Yeah.
And now it skipped intro. But this is like the best part of the whole television program.
It's the only part of the show worth watching as far as I'm concerned. God bless Pureflix.
Yeah, you're basically skipping God if you skip this intro.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. I'm glad I didn't get that option. Did you watch it on your computer? Where do you watch Pureflix? Where is
television?
Oh, it's like on your smart TV or something like that, or on your PlayStation or something.
More like a dumb TV. But yeah, my streamer.
Okay. All right. Yeah, your Cleveland streamer. I gotcha. Well, I watch mine on like Google Chrome. I go onto the internet to watch it, and I didn't get the option to skip the opening credits. So, and I'm glad I didn't, because I've realized my new favorite part of the show now is a moment. Less than a second long in the opening credits. It's just a quick thing that happens, but it's my favorite part of the show. Do you want to know what it is?
Is it when the car blows up and you think David A.R. White is going to die?
It's like seconds before that. It is when it says, "Whoa, I crashed into a mall." When it says that, they show like footage of race cars, right? And then it cuts to David inside his little race car driving, and then it cuts back out and there's more race cars, and then it cuts back into David's car and he just cranks the wheel to the right and smashes his car into the wall. Like nobody cuts him off. Nothing happens to cause him to crash. In the footage we're shown, he intentionally just goes, F it, and just smashes his car into the wall.
So you're saying this was a conscious choice to blow up his own life?
It sure looks like it.
Yeah, he could have gone back to race car driving if he wanted to, but he was shook.
He was shook. He was like, I don't know what I was trying to do there. I thought I was trying to end my career, and he just driving and then whoop, just cranks it hard and smashes it. I love it. It's my new favorite part of the show.
Well, he got the call earlier in the day that his dad died, and so he had the option to go to Colorado. Mm-hmm. And now he has what does he do? Does he just leave his life, or does he crash his car and blow up his life? That's funner.
You got to crash into the mall. When you find out that Squirt Reynolds is dead, you better crash into the mall and get to the mountaintop.
Do you ever wonder where his pit crew is?
It won the pit, I would assume.
Yeah, but he's no longer a race car driver going around the track. Whoa, he crashed into a wall.
Right. His dentist told him they had to stop, so took the dentist to the mountaintop. Now he's getting blown. Yeah, for sure. I know what you're talking about.
But where's his pit crew?
But where is his pit crew? And yeah, that's a good point. A race car driver a race cannot be raced by man alone.
Yeah.
It takes a village to win a NASCAR race. And so, well, let's be honest. He's not a NASCAR driver. He's a race car driver. So
Going round and round.
Going 25. And
Whoa.
we crashed into the ball.
I feel like we have to get to that point.
Listeners, we don't like this show. So we're going to do everything we can to not talk about the show. And just
I think it's funner.
I think it's definitely more funner for sure. That's a joke we made in the Rip to the Tits special last week.
Good.
But what can you say? Yeah, where is his pit crew? That is weird that that they just dismiss that part of his life. And here's the thing. There are some guests coming up on the show who we haven't seen yet. I wonder if maybe some of them are going to be like, obviously Carrot Top is not playing a part of his crew. Carrot Top is playing Carrot Top. But there are other guests coming up who I won't reveal. I don't want to spoil. I think maybe there's 2 guests coming up. Maybe they're on his pit crew or something like that, or one of them is.
We are taught our entire lives that the driver and the pit crew are one and the same. They are a free-flowing wave on the road to victory. So why would you create a bunch of side characters that aren't his pit crew? We better see a pit crew.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, I guess you got to populate the town with a bunch of dinguses, but like...
Or a pit crew.
Here's the thing. Who haven't we seen from Malibu Dan yet? We have Reggie, we have Dan, Holiday Sinclair, we've got Chuck from accounting, we've got Darlin Arlen. Mm-hmm. Who haven't we seen yet?
I don't think we haven't seen Kate, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No, and there's no women on a pit crew. What are you talking? What if they got their period while the race was on? Then they couldn't couldn't participate. They couldn't change a tire if they have their period. Are you kidding me?
That's a very informed question, and I would love to dig into that further, but there's nothing to dig into because you're right.
Yeah, I've dug and I hit pay dirt immediately. First scoop.
Oh, speaking of periods, did you do your homework and put on a pair of jeans without underwear and get a boner?
I thought you were going to say, did you do your homework and get your Red Wings? And say, no. No, I didn't do that either. I didn't hit the zip. I didn't get my Red Wings. I didn't do anything with it.
Okay. Well, dock 10% for next time.
I'll tell you what. I did do. Crashed into a mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the sign?
Yeah. just the sign for the... No, into the actual mall. Right through the doors. Like I'm in the Blues Brothers. And I drove past Ardene's. And I drove past Claire's. And I got my ears pierced. And I drove past the store that sells really soft blankets with Scarface on them. Drove past that store. Drove past the San Francisco shop. Drove past the empty Radio Shack. Yeah, I drove past it all. Through the food court, got some Manchu Walk. It was great.
Remember when Radio Shack was like the biggest thing?
Remember when Manchu Walk was like fancy if you got that?
That was like our other option. That was like our international fare.
Exactly. You could either get A&W or you could get Manchu Walk. Are you on a...
French fries?
Yeah, New York fries. You want to take a walk on the wild side? You get that Manchu Walk.
Yeah.
Actually...
I would get 3 pieces with noodles.
Sick. Good deal. I would not get Manchu Walk. I was an Edo Japan man. Give me that yakisoba.
You never mixed it up?
Heck no. What am I going to eat? Manchu diarrhea? Are you crazy? No way.
Sometimes their orange chicken is edible.
You know what? That's the most you can ask for from a restaurant in a shopping mall. Please let this be edible, God. And he goes, not this time. You go, okay. Whoops.
Wow. Listen to Pure Boys.
Shouldn't have got that blizzard, I guess. You decide how that isn't edible. You decide. You figure it out, listeners. I make enough jokes on here. You make some yourself.
Did you get hit by the blizzard last night?
Yeah, I got crashed into a mall with that blizzard, yeah. Nah, that storm last night sucked. It was like, it looked scary. I was ripped to the tits, and that storm was like just brewing, and my wife and I were outside watching it, and like just the lightning and everything. I was like, holy crap, this is going to be a really bad storm. And then it was like 10 minutes and it was over. And I'm like, oh, thanks for the blue ball storm. I was very excited for all this. And then it was nothing.
But have you seen the videos from some people in the Northwest? They've like, it's just crazy what they got.
Don't care. I didn't get
side.
it. I didn't get it, so I don't care.
I really like the part of this episode that had the Cool Ranch Doritos.
I don't think I got that far. I shut this episode off about halfway through and feel literally no regrets about it. I just like, as I was watching it, I brought up like YouTube and I was just looking at some of the updates from my subscriptions and I went, I think I'm going to watch these instead. And I just shut it off and watched some funny stuff from YouTube. So thanks, YouTube.
Well, the wife is complaining about David A.R. White and how stupid he is because he's a male.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
Correct.
eating a name-branded Cool Ranch Doritos bag of Doritos.
That's pretty sick. I wonder if they got clearance for that or if they're just like, you know what? Ranch is never going to see this, so who cares?
Yeah, the ranch.
Yeah, exactly.
Going under. Won't see this.
Lot 6 Ranch or whatever the heck the one was called from How the West Was Fun. Rafter 6 Ranch. Boy, good pull. Good pull. Almost said the real name.
I think this was Cool Ranch Doritos' last gasp. I haven't seen it around as much lately, and I'm really upset.
Yeah, Bold Barbecue really seems to have taken the place of Cool Ranch Doritos. It really supplanted it in terms of like the second Dorito. It's nacho cheese forever. The worst Dorito, and then
worst
Bold Barbecue, and then whatever else is. I don't know. I don't eat Doritos.
Well, there's that black bag that is like hot tamale or something.
All right. Yeah, fair enough. I don't know that one. Spicy chili, I think, is what it is.
Yeah, spicy chili heat.
That's it. Spicy chili heat. Great. Hey, is this good content? Listeners, do you like our Dorito talk? Let us know at Pure Boys Podcast on Twitter or pureboyspod@gmail.com.
If you email us about Doritos, I want to know how many Doritos it takes for your mouth to feel sore, for your muscles to feel strained. I bet you it's less than you think.
That's true. How many times do you lift a chip to your mouth before you get a rotator cuff injury?
That would probably take like 1,000.
I don't know. How many licks does it take till you get to the center of the Dorito, you know? Hey, yeah. Hey, did you notice that there was applause at the start of the show? Like after the credits ended and then it fades into the show starting proper, there was just studio applause and I went, where's that coming from? I've never heard that before.
Well, we're 2 for 2 for not noticing something that the other person noticed because I didn't notice this.
Yeah, it was very bizarre. I wrote the F word in my notes. That's how confused I was. When it happened, I loudly went, what the fuck? And I obviously said the F word. And then my wife in the room went, is everything okay? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just watching this stupid show and there was applause in it. And she went, all right, well, bye. Like, what? That was that, so...
Yeah, I'm hitting the brakes.
I'm hitting the brakes, all right? Whoa.
Did you like the B plot where the maid's going after the butler's socks for some reason?
I'll tell you what I didn't like about that B plot. The way when the B plot is introduced, the maid like pops up from behind the counter and looks right into the camera. And I went like, you exist in the world at this moment. This isn't a talking head interview. Don't acknowledge the camera, please.
Please. Did you say please?
I did, but she didn't listen. She just winked instead, and I was like, I don't like that. Your wink made your face like twitch. Don't wink anymore.
Do you like a wink? Do you find a wink sexy?
Not really. I've never been winked at in a way that I was like, oh wow. Like I've never had that experience. And I can't really think of how many. Men have winked at me way more than women have winked at me. Like. Men wink at me in like hey, that's a little secret, you know, like, hey, that's a secret between you and me, buddy. Like, oh, hey, you saw me steal this kiwi? Well, wink, don't you tell the sheriff. And I'll go, I won't tell nobody, sir.
Yeah, the sex ratio for winking is very funny and interesting. And I would say mine is male dominant as well.
Yeah, I think if everyone just honestly analyzed their lives, they would find out that men have winked at them way more than women have, like all the time.
Do you think that goes for both sexes?
Unfortunately, yeah. And I think the reasoning is very different, though. Like, I think that men wink at men to be like, let's, there's a hole cut in the wall, there's a bathroom stall, let's check that out. And men wink at women being like, you'll be seeing me later. And neither of them I really like, so.
Is it better than saying, I'm going to see you later, though?
No. It's, you'll be seeing me later.
Okay.
Not I'll be seeing you later.
Let me get this straight. Okay. So it's I'll be seeing you later, friendly face.
Yes. No, what I'm trying to say is there is a categorical difference in how you feel if somebody says to you, I'll see you later, as opposed to you'll see me later. Those are very, very different sentences.
So you're going to see me later is different than you'll see me later.
That's correct. Have you ever winked at somebody like not as a goof 'em up, as like a genuine thing where you were just like, this moment deserves a wink from me? You ever done that?
A moment like this, yeah, I think I winked heavily in my 15 to 25s, you know?
Yeah, of course. That's your suave age where you discover Frank Sinatra and you're like, you know what? Maybe ring a ding ding, baby. I'm going to become this like cool lounge cat. And you don't really. I hope.
Well, I was really becoming cool. I would do it, I think, a lot at parties, just randomly if I got somebody by the eye, I'd just give them a wink, and they would, giggle to themselves. So I kept winking at people.
That's a good call. I like that. Yeah. So you must
have a funny wink.
Of course. A wink with two eyes.
Not like you'll be seeing me later in bed. Context.
Right. I used to do this thing where I don't do it as much anymore, but if I was at a party and people were getting pretty trashed up and I was getting a little trashed up, if I made eye contact with someone from across the room, I would blink my eyes in like back and forth. Like I wouldn't blink them at the same time. I'd like wink at like alternate eyes, but I'd do it really quickly, and nobody liked that. That never got a good response. People were always like, what the hell?
Really?
But, yeah, it's just, I think most people just didn't know what I was doing. I think they were just like, is Shakaroni okay? Like he looks like he's having like a seizure right now. His eyes are fluttering back and forth. Is he all right?
Are these people you knew? Because I feel like they should have known what you were doing, which is having a laugh.
Hey, you know what? You catch a guy's eye from the other side of the garage while he's playing beer pong, you better blink your eyes back and forth.
You gotta be tough.
You gotta be tough.
If you're gonna be winking.
I almost winked at a cashier today.
Yeah.
I went to return something, and she was like, everything was going well, and then she said like, what's your phone number? And the boomer part of my brain wanted to go, oh, I'm married. And then we would have had a little moment, and then I would have winked at her, and that would have been that. But instead, I just gave her my phone number, and I was like, let's just get this. I don't want to be this guy in her life. I don't want to ruin her day at work by being a friggin' idiot. So
why didn't you say no, thank you?
Well, because she needed it to process the return, I guess.
Are you sure?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why she needed that, but they were giving me $60 back, so,
Oh, man, you can get a dime bag.
Oh, man, not where I buy it from. You could almost get an ounce for that price. Woo! Is this going to just become a drug show? Are we just going to talk about drugs now on this show? Is Pure Boys just going to be about heroin and stuff now?
Hey ho, it's drug show.
Hey, I like that. All right, record it. Let's make it the new theme song.
Oh man, I stink.
Me too, actually. Yeah.
I didn't put pit stick on yet.
Did you like that Reginald Val Johnson apparently took 3 hours of paid time of his job to write a letter talking about how much he dislikes the maid's work ethic? Do you think that was worth paying him for?
That happened?
Yes. Did you watch this episode? I watched
not a lot of it.
Apparently I watched way more than you did. I paid way more attention.
I think we watched exactly half of the episode.
Right.
Together we watched one episode.
Yeah. You watched the back half, I watched the front half.
Hey, did you see the dance that was just in the cafe with no decorations?
I didn't see the dance. I didn't care to see the dance. I wanted to see their church, so I guess I missed nothing.
But this was Delancey's time to shine.
Delancey's kind of a snack in this show, I gotta say.
I disagree.
You don't think Delancey's a bit of a cutie?
She's too square.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Shoulders are too broad.
Yeah, that's not Delancey. That's a man, baby.
Oh, that's Charles from accounting.
Oh, Chucky D just getting her. You know what's funny? I heard Charles's boner hit his zipper in that dance scene. I'll tell you that much.
Well, you never see his pants in this episode, and I find that very suspicious.
Yeah, that's true. Show us the stains. I want to see the wet spot.
I kind of want to have a wet spot.
You could. All it takes is just to get wet. If you're going to be a cowgirl, you're going to get wet.
You got to be wet.
I mean, hey, Chuck, I don't blame you. If Sky came up and danced on me like that, you'd be hearing some tings and bings from my pants, too.
Oh, man. I couldn't believe how sexually charged those two were this episode.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, there's a real, like if at the end of this show, Sky ends up with Chuck from accounting, I would go, I mean, they laid the groundwork for the last 10 episodes for this. I'm not shocked that this happened.
Yeah, the yoga scene was very intense. It was shot very artistically, too.
Well, it was shot so that you could really get a good look at, like, Sky bending over and like waving her crotch at the camera in her yoga pants. It was like shot very leeringly. I don't know. I didn't like that scene at all.
It's like if somebody who was used to shooting guerrilla warfare shot a yoga scene.
Yeah, David A.R. White.
He's very cerebral when it comes to his shot choices.
Agreed, yeah. I had a realization. Oh, okay. One thing. Did you notice that there's a Stephen King book on the shelf behind them in the interviews? I need to know what that Stephen King book is. I need to know what they were reading in that family. What Stephen King book made the cut in this family?
I think it's a baby thing. I don't know why it popped out so much.
What do you mean? Like Stephen King wrote a book on raising a baby? Like what to expect when you're expecting with Stephen King?
Yeah, but there's like murders and stuff.
Yeah, your baby is a gruesome monster when it comes out. That's what you can expect. It'll be covered in gore and viscera.
No, he isn't literally the devil's child. Or she.
Or she.
But like it's adjacent.
Yeah, she's like he or she or they or whatever Stars and Stripes. It's like they're like adjacent to the devil. They're like a lesser. They're a Pazuzu's baby or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're adjacent.
I need to know what book that is. Based on how the blurry writing, I'm guessing it's Needful Things. That's my I think they're reading Needful Things in that house, which is a weird book about people who literally make deals with the devil. Like that's kind of, spoiler alert, that's what that book is about. For like a spoiler alert for like a 40-year-old book, but yeah, the guy who's giving people who runs the shop is like the devil. So that would be a weird choice if they had that on there.
I want it to be that. I don't know what his bibliography is.
Yeah.
I'm not steeped in them.
It's not It. It's definitely not It, the book where a bunch of young boys run a train on a young girl. It's not that book because there's too many letters for it to be It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about It Too?
Oh, Electric Boogaloo, maybe.
Yeah, it's probably It Too.
Yeah, they had, that would be great. If Stephen King writes a sequel to It, it's got to be called It's, right? Like it's ITS. It's got to be called It's.
No, it's going to be It Too spelled out.
Like TOO.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we brought It Too. :
It's a laugh. :
There's a lot less child sex in this book. It's not completely absent, but we toned it down compared to the first book.
It.
What is it?
Yes.
It's is. What is correct. Thank you. You passed the test.
I want the fish lamp.
I don't know what you're talking. I didn't see a fish lamp.
You didn't see Reggie pull out the fish lamp?
No,
you cut this out early.
I shut it off. I did not want to watch anymore.
In.
Okay, then I just missed that. I shut it off about 18 minutes in.
It was a long one today. It was 29 minutes, not 26. I think if it was 26, you would have made it through.
I would have made it. Yep.
Yep.
Last thing in my notes anyway, and this, I'm shocked we've never talked about this before, but David Ayer White dyes his hair.
No.
Yes. A man...
No, that's got to be natural.
You think a man can have... You think a man can have black eyebrows, a black goatee, and bleach blonde hair with black lowlights in it? You think that's a natural thing that a man can have?
It's called the Guy Fieri disease.
Oh, God, I have Guy Fieri disease.
He didn't ask for it, but like... And certainly, like, it existed before Guy Fieri. He's just like... Lou Gehrig, you know.
Yeah,
he's just the most famous one.
He's the coolest guy that had it. Yeah. Right. The guy from Smash Mouth has Guy Fieri disease. David Ayer White has Guy Fieri disease. I kind of love that if that was a real thing and he just that he had it and just slowly morphed into Mr. Flavortown.
Brad Pitt had Guy Fieri disease for like a little bit in the early 2000s.
I mean, we all had Guy Fieri disease a little bit in the early 2000s. How frosted were your tips in high school? Mine were a little bit.
I went the whole way. I went M&M.
Oh, wow. I would love to see a picture of that. I would love to see a picture of you with bleach blonde short hair. I think that's a good look for you.
I did do that a lot. For my prom, I had long, like, bowl cut bleached hair.
Bowl cut?
Well, it was like circular-ish, but like long and silky smooth.
Hey, did you get your tip sucked at your prom?
Tips?
Yeah.
What tips?
Did you get a Slitheracci special at your prom?
I think no.
Did you take a date to the prom?
Yes.
Was it just the two of you, or did you get on like a party bus or something?
Just the two of us.
Oh. All right. But it wasn't romantic. It was just like, hey, let's go to the prom together.
Oh, it was very romantic. We had been dating for a couple of years.
Oh, dang. All right. Wow. Yeah. Hey, tell us all the horrible things about how this relationship ended up.
Well, you know, I didn't know how to break up with somebody, so I acted like a bad person, and then she broke up with me.
Oh, okay. Well, that will happen. Yeah, fair enough. I tried to play the theme song to cut you off because it would be a funny joke, and then it just didn't load, so you just had to tell the truth, and that was that. So, sorry.
Yes, the truth.
I was trying to set up a bit, and instead I made you reveal a dark secret about yourself, so sorry. Hitting the brakes, hitting the brakes. Oh yeah, Malibu Dan's daughter is invited. She wants to go to this church dance, and there's a boy that she really likes, and Dan's really like upset about it. And he's like, I don't want my daughter to go to this dance, but like I'm worried my daughter's growing up too fast. I want her to suck some tip while she's there. So and then she doesn't, and it's all good. That's the end.
This was Delancey's moment to shine.